The war between Cambodia and Thailand. It was sparked just a few days ago. Cambodia initially showed a strong stance, but after only 3 days of fighting, they hastily called for a ceasefire. As a result, Thailand ignored it. What on earth is going on? It was Cambodia that started the conflict. How did they suddenly become the weaker side? In the blink of an eye. Let's talk about it today. Look at the casino business behind it. Family feuds and profit calculations. To make this clear, we have to start with a recording. June 18th of this year, Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen suddenly dropped a bombshell. A recording allegedly made by the Thai Prime Minister, Pita Thavirt, was leaked. It was scandalous and spread like wildfire. Not long after, Pita was suspended. The casino project in Thailand, which had been prepared for a long time, was also suddenly cancelled. People began to wonder, was Hun Sen behind this on purpose? At that time, it was just speculation. But despite countless calculations, he did not expect that this fire would eventually burn back on his head. Border clashes soon turned into real gunfire. To understand the twists and turns behind this, you have to know about two families in Southeast Asia. One is the Hun Sen family in Cambodia, who has ruled for decades. Their businesses range from real estate to energy, penetrating almost every aspect of Cambodia. The other is his in-laws in Thailand. Despite ups and downs in Thai politics, their influence remains significant. This family produced multiple prime ministers, including his own siblings. Now Patanan, his daughter, continues to hold political power. And here's the interesting part. The relationship between these two families was once described as unbreakable. When he was ousted by the Thai military, cornered and helpless, it was Hun Sen who stood by him, offering him a role as an advisor in Cambodia. Hun Sen even publicly called him a good friend. But who would have thought? After 2 decades of friendship, everything would collapse because of casinos. It escalated to the point of military conflict. How powerful is this casino issue? It turned to families against each other. Let's first take a look at Cambodia. Cambodia's economy has not been doing well. In recent years, ordinary people have struggled. But one industry is booming. The black industry chain centered on casinos. In the past 2 years, as you know, many countries have cracked down on online scams. Scam operators fled, and many moved their businesses to Cambodia. Under the protection of the Hun Sen family, casinos flourished quickly in Cambodia. Online scams and money laundering operated with a one-stop service model, especially in the border city of Phoi Phet. Next to Thailand, it became a black gold paradise in Southeast Asia. You may not believe it, but this small border town alone generates casino revenues, accounting for nearly 10% of Cambodia's GDP. And most of this money goes into the pockets of a few elites. The Hun Sen family is at the top of the list, followed by allied senators and cabinet advisors. Reports say Hun Sen's relatives directly control at least 5 large casinos in Phoi Phet. Many scam parks are also hidden there. The cash flow is enormous. Trucks can't carry it all out. In short, Cambodia's economy is half dependent on these black industries. And the Hun Sen family is the biggest beneficiary. While Cambodia profits from this, Thailand next door is furious. Why? Because Cambodia, while hiding behind Thailand, makes money while dumping all the trouble on Thailand, but secretly enjoys the profits. Let's settle 3 accounts. Now you know why Thailand is so frustrated. The first reason is the reputation issue. Whether gamblers come from overseas or scam groups want to transfer funds, almost all transactions pass through Thailand or Guangzhou first. Thailand has become the de facto transit point. And what happened? Cambodia quietly made a fortune. While Thailand carried the burden of illegal scams, it bore the stigma of gambling crimes. Thailand's tourism revenue has plummeted in recent years. Many tourists, upon hearing they have to pass through Thailand to reach Cambodia, cancel their trips in fear. Do you think Thailand wouldn't be angry? The second reason is public security. People on the Thai border are suffering. Many watch Cambodian casinos making money and sneak across to work there. Gambling, joining scam operations, and laundering money. This back-and-forth activity completely disrupts Thai border security. Smuggling and robbery have become common. The crime rate has skyrocketed. Border police work overtime to catch criminals, but arrest one here and another pops up elsewhere. They simply cannot keep up. It's unmanageable. The third reason is economic interests. You know the Thai military. They have always sought profits in many ways. They want to share in every lucrative business, be it tourism or energy. Where there's money to be made, their influence is present. Watching Cambodia profit from these black industries, they could only stand by, envious. Their hearts itched with frustration. And here's the thing. They worry these Cambodian industries will eventually spread into Thailand. After all, the border is long, and Cambodia's scam parks are just steps away from Thailand. If one day Thai citizens become the main fraud targets, it will be a disaster. At that moment, the Thai Prime Minister came up with a bold move. Since Cambodia profits from casinos, why shouldn't Thailand? Let's simply legalize casinos. As soon as this idea surfaced, Cambodia was terrified, especially the Hun Sen family. They couldn't sit still. Patanan's plan was clever. First, Thailand could set up special zones for casinos, similar to Macau in China. This way, they control it and profit from it. It wouldn't be as chaotic as Cambodia. Criminal activities could be kept in check. Secondly, this revenue would boost Thailand's economy. It creates jobs, better than sending Thais to Cambodia to work illegally. And finally, the most important point, this move directly cuts off Cambodia's financial lifeline. Among Cambodia's gamblers, over 80% are Thai. If Thailand had legal casinos, who would bother going to Cambodia? This struck Hun Sen's weakest point. You know why Cambodia's casinos thrive. They rely on Thai tourists, and Thailand as a transfer hub. If Thailand legalizes its own casinos, it's like robbing Cambodia's money back. Hun Sen's family income would plummet by at least half. So Hun Sen rushed to act. He released the recording scandal to take down Patanan and block Thailand's casino legalization plan. Did you think it was over? The drama had just begun. Patanan was removed, but the Faxon family couldn't swallow the humiliation. The two families, once close friends, completely turned against each other over conflicting interests. The Faxon family set aside its grudge with the Thai military and joined forces to retaliate with ruthless precision. Every move was calculated, each step deadly. Step by step, they struck Hun Sen's most vulnerable spot. The first step was to cut off the network and shut down the power. A quick pinch at the Thai border casinos in Cambodia. And instantly, they became empty shells in darkness. You know, Hoi Pat's electricity and internet are entirely supplied by Thailand. This time, it was like directly cutting off the lifeline of the casino slot machines. Their surveillance systems went dark. The operators ran faster than anyone else. Losses reached tens of millions of dollars a day. Hard to attack the enemy's routes and drain their resources. Thailand released news that they had gathered solid evidence about Cambodia's scam industry, including which parks were operated by Hun Sen's relatives, and which officials took protection fees, all prepared to be exposed internationally. It was ruthless, because currently, the world is cracking down hard on electronic fraud. If this evidence were made public, the Hun Sen family would not only lose face, but might also face international sanctions. Han Mane quickly stood up to sweep away fraudulent networks, arresting a batch of small operators to save himself and appear clean. The third step was direct military action. Just as Cambodia hadn't recovered yet, the Thai army crossed the border, launching an assault on Cambodian border posts. Hun Sen was completely stunned. He had planned to trip up Thailand but didn't expect them to strike back for real. Unexpectedly, after just 3 days of fighting, Cambodia couldn't hold out. They were shouting for a ceasefire. Why, in fact? Analyzing carefully, Cambodia's surrender was not surprising. Because they simply couldn't afford it. First, the gap in military strength was too large. Thailand was clearly well prepared. F-16 fighter jets patrolled the border, and VT main battle tanks were deployed to the front. Over 100,000 civilians were evacuated in advance. It was clear they were ready for a long war. Look at the Cambodian army. Soldiers lacked even proper body armor. Many were still standing in flip-flops. Their machine guns were decades old. The trenches they dug were shallow and narrow, and able to withstand heavy weapons. In a real fight, Cambodia's frontline wouldn't last a week. More importantly, they were economically weak. Cambodia depends on Thailand for nearly 60% of its electricity. Most network signals are also transmitted from Thailand. If Thailand cuts the power and network, over half of Cambodia would instantly be paralyzed. Cambodia's economy, propped up by black industries, collapsed as casinos closed. Currency exchange points were checked, earnings plummeted. The treasury was already drained. A prolonged war at this point would collapse the national economy. Another factor was the transfer of power. In recent years, Hun Sen handed power to his son, while staying in the background. But in reality, he still tightly controlled the big picture. What they needed most now was stability. If the border conflict expanded, forces within the country would take the opportunity to create unrest. The Hun Sen family's position would be at risk. So for them, rather than losing everything, it was better to accept a ceasefire and keep their power intact. Why didn't Thailand accept the ceasefire? Because now, the initiative was entirely in Thailand's hands. The Thaksin family joined forces with the Thai military to seize this opportunity, to completely crush Cambodia's black industries and take this lucrative slice. They believed that by holding out a bit longer, Cambodia's economy would collapse. Not only must Cambodia agree to a ceasefire, they also have to accept Thailand's conditions. For example, limiting the size of casinos and cracking down on the electronic fraud industry. At the same time, Thailand plans to roll out its own casino legalization policy, allowing it to logically take over the business. Moreover, Thailand also wants to use this opportunity to make a statement, showing neighboring countries that Thailand is not to be underestimated. In the future, its voice will carry more weight in Southeast Asia. So, it becomes clear that this conflict is not just about border friction, it's a power struggle between two countries, competing for control over the black industry. Hun Sen tried to be clever, protecting his own interests, but ended up cornering himself. This situation also reminds us, an economy built on black industries is like a house built on sand. It may look prosperous on the surface, but the foundation is unstable. Cambodia has made quick money through casino fraud. In recent years, the economic figures look good on paper, but ordinary citizens see no benefit. Instead, these industries breed corruption and crime. Social problems continue to rise. Now, under external pressure, the true weakness is exposed. The current situation remains at a stalemate. Cambodia desperately wants a ceasefire, but Thailand refuses to back down. What happens next is hard to predict. One thing is certain. In this conflict of interest, in the end, it is the people of both countries who suffer. Border villagers can't farm. Business owners can't trade. Soldiers risk their lives on the front lines. Meanwhile, the true power players think only about protecting their own pockets. In Southeast Asia, many countries are short-sighted. Clearly, they have opportunities to develop manufacturing, tourism, and other legitimate industries, supported by major markets and investments. Yet they always seek shortcuts for quick profits, turning to gray businesses like casino fraud. In the end, they make little money. While the social fabric deteriorates, conflicts arise easily due to an even distribution of profits. As the saying goes, a gentleman loves wealth, but earns it righteously. The same principle applies to national development. Relying on crooked paths may bring quick gains for a while, but it's never a long-term solution. Sooner or later, the price will be paid,